Hi everyone, my name is Skip Gus. I'm a PGA professional and owner of the Golf Right Performance Center in Southborough, Massachusetts. We're at the beautiful International here in Bolton to talk about short game. Everything about short game. As most of you know, 70% of the golf shots you play are within 30 yards of the green. The problem is most folks don't have a definitive way on how to practice these shots, or do they have a plan in order to execute them properly. Over the course of this series of these lessons, I'm going to show you some very, very simple ways in order to pitch it, chip it, putt it, lob it, hit out of the bunker, and use some strategies on how to practice. So when we follow those things, we can lower our scores. So let's get started. All right, now let's talk about a bunker shot. For most amateurs, this is death. You are deathly afraid of this golf shot. For the advanced player, it's the easiest shot in golf. And I purposely think it's that way too. And the reason is, in the bunker, we purposely miss the golf ball. And everybody can miss the golf ball. So it is the easiest shot in golf. And I'm not kidding, it truly is. And I'm going to show you how to do it. The first thing we need to understand out of the bunker is the golf club. The bottom of the golf club, the sole, has two different edges to it. It's got the leading edge, and it has the back of the sole. Now, when we put the leading edge in the sand, it wants to go in the sand. When we let the back of the sole do all the work, the club bounces. So, first of all I want you to understand is the back of the sole does all the work. I can go in any bag room in America, look at everyone's sand wedge, and just by looking at the sand wedge and where the worn out marks are, you can tell whether they're a good player or not. Okay? So we want to make sure the back of the sole does all the work. So the first thing I want you to do is get in a habit of just swinging the golf club and feel the back of the sole splash the sand. Okay? Now we have to promote that. How do we ensure we do it every time? There's a couple things we do. What we have to do is get the back of the sole lower than the leading edge. And we do it in two ways. We take the toe of the club and lay it behind the heel. All right, so if you think about a clock, that's 12 o'clock, that's 6 o'clock. If that's my target line, I'm going to lay the club in my hands where the leading edge points about 1 o'clock. So that's what it'll look like. The second thing I'm going to do when I set up, instead of keeping my hands ahead, I'm going to move my hands slightly either over the golf ball or slightly behind the golf ball. Now, when I do that, let's look at that. I move the toe back, that lowers the back of the sole, it raises the leading edge, and when I tilt the club back. Now the leading edge is way out of the air and the back of the sole is very down. So that's how we're going to hit this golf shot. So we're going to set up, club face at 1 o'clock, hands behind at or slightly behind the golf ball, and let the back of the sole splash the sand. Now, here's an image I want you to think about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an egg. And the middle of the egg is a yolk. With the back of the sole, all I'm going to do is take out the egg. And when I take out the egg, the yolk goes with it. I do not try to take out the yolk. And watch the shape of the swing. When I swing, the swing is going to go up. I need to have speed as I go forward because the sand's trying to slow the club down. So all I'm going to try to do with the back of the sole is take out the egg. You can see there's the egg. And in the egg, the yolk went with it. And you can see how easy that is. There's my egg. With the back of the sole, I'm just going to take out the egg. The ball pops out very, very easily. So the key to the shot is take out the egg with the back of the sole, trust up. Let me do one more. There's the egg. With the back of the sole, I'm going to trust up, swing all the way up, and take out the egg. When I take out the egg, the yolk goes with it. It's that simple.